Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock and we're here on live from New York still on a Monday morning, and we're sitting in the NASDAQ. We'll do some ES stuff this morning. Hope you all had a great weekend. And yeah, let's get to it. Right before the 9 o'clock. Again, I'm still on my little laptop computer, so you have to forgive me. Today's my last day. We're heading back today, so we'll be live with you guys tomorrow. And we are, make sure I got that all turned off. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the daily here. So daily, I'm looking for, now that we've hit the mean threshold of this order block down here, or breaker, and we've had a bit of a reaction off of that. We opened up a little higher. We've gapped up higher today. I'm looking for a run back into this fair value gap, the old low or the old high, and then eventually this fair value gap is sitting above us, where I have my two marks sitting here, one for this low and one for this open here, or sorry, this low of that fair value gap just above us. So I'm looking inside that range right now for upside. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it break too much higher than this, the body of this candle here. If we do close it in, I'll let that go for the day. I'll allow that to happen. We'll just let that return to a full fill or a balance of this here, and then we'll see where it happens, or what happens from there. But ideally, I'd like to see this return back into this little pocket here, leaving some of this fair value gap open for continuation on the downside. If we start to eat through this order block, mean threshold, then my concern is that we're going to start going into a reversal pattern here and getting back up deeper into this range, around 50% or so. So I'm looking for this one here to at least hold price on the downside. For more downside prices, I'll get a little more concerned if again we lose the mean threshold there on the daily. So more upside today, just kind of looking, keep your powder dry. Don't get involved in too much out there till you're absolutely sure you have your setup. A nice little consolidation here. Setup reversal. Body breaks through over here, I think it is. Yeah. Body breaks through right there. Comes back down for a fill. And then the run above the old highs here. This reversal here, body breaks below it, you come back inside, run for a low, and breaker down here inside that range, from this range here to here. You pull this one first, then this one, and work your way down like that. This was a breaker. You ran through the breaker, came back down to the breaker, and continue up to take out the highs here. Then you come back inside that range, and we're back to the mean threshold of this candle here, and then we're back up for the highs again. So it makes sense where the algorithm's kind of bouncing around off of, and we're looking to go higher as an overall objective. So if you see these things with an overall higher time frame objective, then if you have an opportunity, grab it. Hans, good morning. Hans and Justin, good morning. And Lobo, welcome, welcome. All right, so my checkout time's 11 o'clock this morning, so it's going to be a short session today. So I'd like to see this 10 o'clock run back into the range here, revisit our Cam 1 model for further upside. If not, look at this Cam 1 model forming here. You get a big body or displacement leg above. You don't want just wicks getting up there, especially around the 10 o'clock range, because you could get a 10 o'clock punch up and run down and then just continue on the downside. So we might just get the edge of that of the fair value gap we're looking for on the upside. So if we just catch the blue here and then roll over and come back down again, it's possible. But again, we'll wait for our setups to happen. Once they've already occurred or they're about to occur at a time of our choosing. So we're looking for that silver bullet entry today, either going higher or lower, preferably higher, but we can prepare ourselves for a lower and get into a small range and grab the quick profits if you want. Or we'll just watch price action today. It's Monday. Tomorrow will be a better day, I think. And this week promises to be some fun. Keep your eyes on this week. I'll tell you now, this is going to be a fun week. There's going to be highs and lows all week. That's my prediction anyway. And I'll be back in Canada tomorrow, or later on tonight. So tomorrow morning will be a longer session, and I'll be live with you guys tomorrow for the morning and up to the lunch hour, I suppose. All right, let's look at ES. ES pulling back into this range as well. So we've just come back in and just bounced the top portion. No, not quite. We're just short of it here. So look for this breaker here. We've come back to the bottom of it here, the body. Yeah, there's a slight imbalance sitting in here on the daily. So I'm looking for this to run back up to this little imbalance sitting right in here, which would be $50.46, $50.48, so 46 to 58. So we'll get back up in here, and on the 4 hour, look for the mean threshold of this order block above you here on the 4 hour. It's also the close of that fair value gap here. Now that we've come back down, we're looking for higher prices. This is showing us a reversal on the 4 hour. A nice reversal, actually. So I like to see this continuation. I like to see this order block get eaten up over the next 4 hours through the mean threshold and then continue to the upside. So you have a reversal here on the 1 hour. Let me just show you this here. We have your reversal. The body breaks above it here, comes back in, taps it here if you want to get out at a breaker inside that range. If you come back into it again, this is where you get to buffer your trade. You get to take more, go in and out of the trade multiple times. You come back into the trade once, twice. You don't get quite the full fill there, but now we're running back into the smaller range here. So even your lowest leverage trade, medium, high leverage trade would be closer to your stop loss. That's how you usually work it out, with a 1%, maximum 1% of your, or 2%, whatever, quarter percent, whatever risk you choose to use down here. We've got a continuation inside this smaller range now, looking for this breaker above you. There's swing points here. So look for this order block breaker up here to hopefully get eaten through. It's not a super strong one, so I prefer to see that one get eaten through and continue to the upside. Looking for a range, a run back up into a higher range here. So if you're looking at premium and discount inside this range, and with getting in at a discount swing, look for that premium swing up here to exit your trade at on an hourly basis. Good morning, Tommy. Abs, good morning. Haven't seen Abs around for a while. Lots of imbalances here. We gapped up pretty big there this morning. I'm looking for like 38,521 on the upside. This old low right here. See how we react off this low, and then the body, which would end up being this order block here. So keep your eye on this one here today. That's where my eye goes. On the Dow, so we're still looking for upside prices. Here's your swing. Body breaks above it here. Literally comes above it right there, comes back, taps your entry right there. Zero drawdown, right above an old high. Or if you're just going to go from discount array to premium array, your quick run up through here would pretty much clear you out. So that would have been a nice little quick grab on profits for a swing. Same kind of principle here. We have a run above old highs. You break down. This is on a 1 hour basis. You break down, body breaks below it. If you miss it, you can't get back in on it this way. Run for the breaker, right? So it runs down, comes back up inside the breaker, and you continue through and wait for your reversal to happen. Then you can get on that. So you trade that down, trade that up. That's an excellent example on a 1 hour chart for the Dow Jones to get short and long. Dixie, what's Dixie up to this morning? It's great to be on vacation, but it's also always nice to come home again. Yes, indeed. Well, I'm lucky. Wherever my wife is, that's home for me. She's a good egg. So no matter where I am, I'm happy. But you're right, it is nice to come home and lie in your own bed. We're not crazy about these pillows they got here. After all my neck surgery and stuff, I tend to have you spend hundreds of dollars on pillows, so you tend to get really picky about the one that you choose. And I can't haul a pillow around with me everywhere I go. I know some people do. And I'm fast probably approaching that idea that my new luggage is going to carry my pillow selection because these pillows you got here are terrible. All right, so dollar index. So dollar index looks like we've got some, we are reworking this order block's main threshold. Rejection block. So look for the rejection block above you on the Dixie. And then we're gonna get back in and work this fair value gap below you here on the daily. That's okay, hon. Okay, so you've got, I've got nothing for you here in the Dixie. You're in the mean threshold of this candle. We're pretty much stuck right now because this candle's not valid yet, and this candle's not valid yet. So basically all we've got is that order block in this fair value gap below you. So upside rejection block, this is the next PD array in this old high from Friday. So look for the old high that you're taking out, the rejection block, perhaps higher prices, but right now Friday's high, rejection block, and then back into the range for a smaller range day. Other than that, I've got nothing for you for American dollar. We have to get down to the lower time frames. You got to swing here and back into it, run back down into a lower PD array here. Between this guy here and this guy here. You break that high right there. See the swing here? Let me make this a little bigger. You have a little swing point right there. You run above it, come back inside it. Stop loss goes below the lows. You run back up inside here, depending on what objectives you're reaching for. You pull your fib tool and work your 50%ers, whatever you want. Run back up into the premium array. There's your swing point right there. You're right back up into that one. Mean threshold of this order block or breaker. React. There's a small reversal here above an old high. Come back down. Come back inside the swing. Continuation on the downside. All the way back to that little guy we talked about down here. All the way in him. Got this little one here. You trade above it right there. Trade back into it here, above an old high, back to a rejection or a breaker again, and then trade back down. We have no reversal unless you look at repricing, rebalance, coming back up inside it nicely right there, running back down into discount array inside this fair value gap. And now we're just waiting. So there's been some nice reversals there from on the hourly basis. Saint 33 and Richelieu, good morning. So I'm looking for more upside, just for running back up and taking these highs out here would be nice. Clean this up. Yeah, I'd like to see that rejection blocks get hit one more time. And then roll over, come back inside there. So basically you're looking for a reversal to happen, like we've been seeing, pointing out here. Look for a reversal to happen on the hourly basis for a deeper retracement back into a discount array. And I would say back into here again, inside this range. This big order block you see right here. So if we're looking for higher prices on see, don't forget we're in a premium too, so don't totally bank on this. I think, like Michael says, don't let this be your just let the day ride out without you on the horse today. Just kind of watch price action. Don't get too keen to jump in on every little tiny bit of price action you think you're going to get. See these old highs here? Swing point right here is your change in direction. And my little Italian friend next door is going at it again. All right, so here's the swing. Body breaks below. Let me show you this on a larger one. I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me give you guys this on a larger time frame. So there's the old highs taken out, right? There's the swing point. When you get an old high taken, you want something crisp and clean like this. You don't want this bouncing around fair value gap stuff, or consolidation stuff. So when you get this nice crisp run, it pops down, the body breaks through it right here. See how the body closes below that low of the fair value gap? If we trade back into it, that's where you get your short down to the breaker, and then the rejection block, and so on and so forth. If you miss it, the breaker is what you want to grab a hold of on the way down. But you don't get to miss it because this next candle brings you right up inside it right here for a perfect fill with zero drawdown right there. Bang, right on the money. That's the perfect entry with the stop loss sitting right here. And as soon as you break down below that fair value gap again, that's when I bring it to break even. Because to me, you shouldn't have to come back there and touch that again. That's just me. But how you trail your stop loss is your business. How you use your fail-safe, if you have one, is your business. And see this one right here, people say, well, why aren't you taking that as the reversal? Because the body traded above it, so why aren't you trading that? Because there was no swing point here, there's no significant swing point that we've taken out here. So, and you've cleared out some serious highs here with an obvious indication that you're probably going to go lower. That's easy for me to say, I know, it's all hindsight stuff. But you'll see these setting up. Now, if you miss that opportunity, right, you've got this 1 day, 2 day breaker right here. Body trades through it. Now all of a sudden we have a swing point. So now you got to look for, okay, we've got a swing below a significant low. Here's that reversal right there. If we break a body above this, then we can consider further upside to at least the mean threshold of this one and this one. So you see how it goes down, comes back up inside the breaker, then works all the way up. And you see how the bodies are respecting the high of that breaker right there? And you see how this fair value gap here is not taken out with a body? A wick. Wicks do the damage. Michael says it many times. Wicks do the damage. Bodies respecting the gap and the top of the fair value, or your breaker, or the 2 day breaker if you're into the 2 day breaker. But it's respecting that, rolls over and continues down. Here's your imbalance again. You break down below it. Big body goes down below it. You come back right inside it again. You tap it, and we can continue down. So British pound's functioning as it should in response to the American dollar. So further downside, looking for a fill of this fair value gap, which would give that upside of the American dollar we're talking about. Good morning, Dave. And then they look for a potential further run down into this fair value gap below us here. But right now, look for a fill of this on the daily. Euro. Let's look at euro here. So just these examples of big swing points. So when you see these highs getting taken out with a big bold candle like that, you go, great. Don't get upset that you've missed the run. Just wait for the you see this, they go, oh, okay, now this is a beautiful return. It's a quick snap back down on the daily. So the body breaks below that right there on the reversal. As soon as it comes back up and taps it, take that for the run down for old highs. Get through this breaker right here. You want to see this breaker give way because you don't want to see it just tap on it and then just keep running through it, correct? So it comes down to your order block. Or inside the breaker here. Back up inside that fair value gap one more time. Runs back down to the old highs. And you see how it's eating through this breaker here? The body closed right through it. So to me, that's got more indication for downside. You come back up inside the order block. If you miss this whole thing and you're still not sure about which direction it's going in, wait for this breaker to get taken out down here. So you wait all the way down here with a body candle, which is this candle here. Takes it out, and that's just me for a body. You guys can go with wicks, whatever you like. But when that low is taken out with a body, a significant candle, not this wick one here you see here, but this one. This body breaks below it. Then when it returns back up inside it, you can get short. It's also another one of those inversion fair value gaps. See, right here, to get short from that point on. So because you don't have any of your significant reversals happening here. After you've taken that low out, you see a body, you think, okay, I want to see a significant reversal. I see no gaps sitting in there. So it just runs back to the breaker, continues back down. And it's a breaker with that fair value gap inversion on the other side. Then you wait for your reversal. So you see this reversal, no bodies go through it. You see this reversal, no bodies go through it. Now that you've taken out this low here, or actually you did take out that low there. You look for that to break. It doesn't break, so it tells you there's more downside. Then you see the next reversal right here. Then the body breaks above it. You go, okay, so this could be my swing. So you wait, comes back down inside. Perfect entry right down in here. just short of the perfect entry actually. You come back inside that fair value gap there, and you start to work up. You're taking this high here. You get to come back inside it again, so you get to buffer the snot out of this one. You get to come back, take the run back up to the rejection block. It comes back down. You get another entry in here, so there's 3 entries you get off of this inversion, or this inversion and this swing point. Finally takes out that high there, and then starts to work its way back up. So if you decide to go long on that, you can either use the buffer system, buffering every time it comes back out, comes back in, just keep loading on. And then when you finally see it with a big bold candle break away from here and come back inside that fair value gap, look at that as your entry for a long. Hold on to it now and wait. And it's easy for me to say, I know, because I'm looking at this all hindsight wise. But now if you catch the top of this old high with a significant impulse leg that goes above these old highs, returns back to the body, now use the reverse. So you use this, you wait for the next swing point on the reverse side and a body taking it out to show that you're in the right direction for a reversal. So you've got this one here. You trail your fail safe up accordingly. So you've got a large one here. There might be a smaller one in here. Yeah, there's one between here and here. Body takes it out. You come back and you close out your trade and you wait. So that long you would take out right there. If you use my rule of body breaks below it, trades back into it, then you say, and because we've taken out a significant high here. So I would look at that as that could be a potential reversal. And if it's not, and it continues to push back higher, if you miss this, you wait for the breaker to happen, right? If you catch this breaker on the way down, you go, wait a second, that didn't quite work out. Because it never took the breaker out. So it's continued to the upside, took out this high one more time, took out this high. We got no reversal there. No reversal here. So you wait now. All you've got is downside candles here, between here and here. Body breaks it here. You don't get an opportunity to get in there. So you gotta wait. Yep, sometimes you gotta wait. Good morning, Victor. There's a reversal. Takes out more significant highs. We're not just talking about wicks, we're talking about full body turns here, right? Reversal, body breaks below it right here. You trade back up into it right here. It's also a weekly fair value gap. Taps the fair value gap, continues down. Wait for the reversal. As soon as the body breaks that candle's high, comes back, trades back inside it, you get close down your shorts and go in long. And you're tracing it all the way back inside those fair value gaps, or those price point swings, using your fib tool, whatever method you use. Or you just run back into the larger range, pull your fib tool on the larger range. When you get 62%, then take that. If not, trade the discount array to the premium array. Find the premium array above you. Inside the larger range you're in. Now, because there's so many swing points here, you got to pull your fib tool from each one of them as you start breaking through the 62% or the 88% and start going to the next one, then start pulling the next one up higher and higher. You have another reversal here above these highs here, right there. Body breaks below it, come back up inside it right here. Trade low, trade from premium to discount, all the way down into the discount again, and you're inside that range. So there's multiple opportunities just from that's a daily candle, by the way. So where are we sitting today, you're saying? That's why we're saying here, because we've taken out some significant lows here. If we clear this candle on a high, like on a close, that becomes an area of significance for further return back up into this larger range above you. So you're looking at that premium fair value gap above you. So because we haven't reached that yet, we're looking further downside. You look for this reversal to happen in the next few days. Now, they could be taking out these lows. They could be driving down even lower yet. We've got a discount array over here. See that one sitting right there? So if we're going from premium array to discount array, it's sitting way down here, and it's taking us months to get down there because you're on a higher time frame premise, obviously. So looking for a fill of this fair value gap below you here on the euro. Oil, I got in an oil trade this morning that is doing just peachy keen, so I'll load in some profits on that one. This trade I got in this morning was, I was trying to catch a breaker, I think it was. Yeah. I was trying to catch this little breaker right here. Now, where was it? Oh, was it on a 1 minute chart? Yeah, off. Sorry, let me just look at this here. I don't want to bullshit you. I want to give you the accurate thing I was looking for. So let me just see where the trade started. Right here. Oh yeah, okay. So this was just I lost the opportunity to get in off the swing, obviously up higher, so I waited for it to trade down below, come back up inside these old lows here, and then continue on the downside. So I endured some drawdown for a little bit, and now I'm looking for further downside prices in oil. Now ideally, if I'm just going to put my stop somewhere or my take profit somewhere, I'd put my take profit right in here. So, you know, your discount array, premium array. It's already gone through this order block here. So back to this little imbalances that you see down here. I like these little imbalances. They've been traded through multiple times, so not super confident about them. And we've got this downside. Maybe we'll just let this run today. I've just got this downside for the dailies. Let's look at the daily here. So you want to see this order block give way. We've already eaten through the mean threshold of that. We've come back to it twice, and now we're eating through it again. So it gives me a stronger belief that we've got a further downside run into at least the rejection blocks below us here, and then potentially returning to these old highs you see sitting here. So I'll leave that on for a run today below these lows, and hopefully get back into that fair value gap there, lock in some profits, and then move to the sidelines and wait. And those are all other ones you guys aren't interested in, so we can get back over here. So this was the 10 o'clock reversal. We're looking for a run back into the consolidation, the cam model entry we were mentioning earlier, and we just hit it right there. See that? That's the cam model 1 entry with precision, and now you've just snapped right off of it. And then now if you're trading from cam to cam, that was 1 minute right there. You entered in there, you literally came back up and hit your cam model 1 there to there, and that distance in between, you hear me mention this many times, where if you're trading cam models, you're going from one to the other, you just trade the distance in between them, and you have to ask yourself if that's worth it for you to trade 267 to 293. If you're okay with that profit, then you move to the sidelines and wait for a swing point, and then you move back into your other models and just wait for a swing point to happen. Did everybody have a good weekend this weekend? I visited the 911 memorial yesterday, and it's really weird. It's quite a touching memorial, but there was one thing there that really hit home for me, and it was and if you're not a firefighter or you've never heard these things before, they're called pass alarms. Well, we used to call them man down alarms. They're attached to your gear, and if you stand still for a long enough time, the alarm will go doodle doodle doodle, and then it starts to speed up and go faster and faster, and doodle 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 if you lie still. And they had audible sound of these pass alarms. They were all over the place going off, and that's either someone standing still, or there's a man down, or there's a man done. He's been going off for a long time, so the pass alarm just monitors how motionless you are. And all I could hear was these pass alarms going off in this memorial. And I thought, wow. And that really hit home for me as a firefighter, to hear those, thinking, all your fallen brothers. Man, it was very, very touching. It was very poignant for me. Even a simple thing like that little pass alarm going off. You hear the desperation in people's voices on the calls, people calling from the air. Man, you think that's the last time that voice will be heard. It really brings home the futility of war and violence. And anyway, on a better note, let's and I encourage you all to, if you visit New York, to check out the memorial. At least we forget those moments, those people and the sacrifices they made. Same with the World War II. Any type of those memorials. So we're in this consolidation now. So that's one of those sit still and watch the price action right now. Now, is there anything specific you guys want me to watch or to review while we're waiting for the 10 o'clock? We've got 25 minutes. So if you've got a specific asset class you want me to look at, I'm more than happy to do that for you. Just type it in on the comment section on the side of the YouTube there, and I will, or in the Telegram channel, and I will be more than happy to kind of look at something like that for you. Yeah, they probably will. So I'll just turn this on. And we're back. So I was just trying to outline here that you've got one consolidation to another consolidation. When you're inside these little small ranges, this little pocket of fair value gaps in between the two here are a great opportunity to trade from one to the other. So you've got this this is how I would line up this consolidation here from the top inside here. It's one of those little bendy ones that start to bend versus going absolutely straight across. So trade it down to this one here, back up inside it 50%, trade it all the way back down to it here, trade it back up to it again here, didn't quite catch it here, but back up. So you're buffering back and forth, so you get multiple opportunities to capture this range in between. When you're in this consolidation, you tend to run from one to the other, so you can kind of bounce around back and forth in between. Not that you should actually trade that right now, but if you are reaching for those on a higher time range, then like you've got more space in between here to trade. I tend to look at these consolidations and I go, how big's the range in between those? And is it worth really putting money at risk just to grab those? That's up to you to decide. Michael says, oops, I don't want to show Michael's stuff in there. You think, I don't know how the people can yell at like that so much all the time. It's crazy. Stop being so angry, man. 17,341. He says it's kind of sweet. He thinks he thinks it's hitting up here as well. I do realize that it's all the same, just seems cleaner to spot for me, yes. That's gold, he says. Let's have a look at gold then. Gold. G-O-L-D. Delicious. Gold futures. Which one are you using for gold? Just gold futures right here. Put the gold contract up there. Let's look at the 1 hour. $15-minute. You said these are easier for you to see, Dave? There's a huge gap there on a 5-minute. This is where you have to use your failsafe. That's why I like it. It's a good example right here. See this one here? You've taken out a low and you trade above it right here. You go, great, now I get an opportunity to get in on it here. I get an opportunity to get in on it here. It trades below and you go, oops, I'm on the wrong side of it right there. See how the body closed below this one again? You say, oh, I'm on the wrong side. Now if you use your failsafe, there's your stop loss right here. It opens, trades back up, gives you one opportunity to get out of the trade because you're wrong. and then it finally trades back down. So we're looking for continuation. So this is a good example of a fail-safe that will save you before you're you take the wrong trade, catch the wrong trade. That's a really good example of a failing. The price telling you I'm still going down, but like Dave was saying, there's a nice clean setup here. You can see this this swing here. No, I've got another half hour. Are you meeting those guys right now? Yes? Okay. And we run down below it. This breaker that takes out this high here. Trade back inside it. Continue on the downside. So when you're looking at this reversal here, don't forget you're looking at the potential for it to just run back in here. Looking at that premium array there. When you're in these long arrays like this, you've got one sitting here, one here, one here. Man, I got my notification on here, but I don't want you guys to keep getting all these regular trading how it has done again. Yeah, look at the range that you're in there, and you got to ask yourself, it can come back to 50% and take out the premium array, then I'd be more concerned about that going higher. But if you did take this one and you wanted to go higher, then look at the range that you're in for gold. There's 50%, 62% perfect retracement. Back inside that small little range that was created. We trade all the way back through it, all the way through the mean threshold of this candle here, and that reversal. Come back up, so now you've got multiple confirmation that that's going lower. All right, let's go to one. Jeepers creepers. Michael's just in there. So NQ, we're looking for, still looking for that upside. We got exactly what we wanted, which was that when I was talking about it up here, we're looking for a reversal down here till 10 o'clock to get off of this. It's sloppy right now. There's nothing significant other than, no. I wouldn't go banking on that right now. You just kind of wait for a morning, Tristan. Body trades above this here, comes back inside it, taps it perfectly, continues to run. I wouldn't consider that the swing, but it is something that gives us confirmation that if this is what we're looking for 10 o'clock to get further upside, I guess you could call that a nice little run. But so looking for my blue line in between the blue lines. And we're looking for 17,347. Oh, 17,344. 17,344. So we're 3.5 away from our first objective. So look for come back and retest the top of the consolidation again. I'd like to see this just tap the top of this again, although he's come back down into this 305, 302. Keep your eyes on that range. Then we have one more possibility right here at 17,285. And then we have this as a potential. So let me show you this. Where's my lines here? That brings us to the first line, and the second line puts us way up there. So there's 2, 2.5, and 4 is the upside projection. So I'll keep that one on there. I'll put a line over here just so it gives you guys a bit of an idea where some ideas I'm thinking about. And obviously to return to the top of the consolidation here. Keep your eye on that little area right there. Inside this range here. There's the top. The body's been hit. Cam Model 2 is here. Cam Model 3 is here. I'm just going to turn my sound off for a second, and I'll be right back. Oops. Sorry about that. The worst thing about being in a hotel is you don't want to hear anybody going to the bathroom. So you have to shut down all the sounds and everything. And you'll see over in the side here, these different messages come up. Those are just notifications I get from Michael's stuff. But because it's Michael's, you'll see me click on it because it's not for me to share, really. I'm just stuck, unfortunately, on this laptop. So every once in a while, you'll see that pop up, and I'll just close it out. So it looks like we retested the all the way back down into this little fair value gap down in here. See that? Right there on the bodies, respecting it nicely, popping off. So that's a nice little reaction off of that. Now I want to see this kind of continue to get a silver bullet off of that now. If you're going to go higher, stop loss would go down here. And I'm looking for higher prices. See how you kind of between this one here and this one here? We've come down to that one, went back up to that one. Now the overall bias for the day. Overall, it looks like it's going lower. But we're just short of that little area above me, so I'm going to go up for a little higher. And then I'm going to have to call her quits. So if I take out this low again with a body, it should take out my stop loss. But if a body breaks below that, comes back up and taps in it, I can try and get out a bit, take a little bit of a less of a loss. But you're really between here and here. You're stuck. So you have to go with which one's my bias. Am my bias long for the day? And is this the turn point for the day? Or do we just come down, clean these lows out? A lot of you are looking at these lows and say they're not going to leave that untouched. So that's the problem when you're in a small range between a premium and discount array, and you go, how much are you willing to play in there? You're already, if you're looking for this range high to low, you're already in a premium, are you not? I'm just trying to think about what some of the questions you guys might ask. That's 50%. So I'm literally on the 50% mark. Not a premium, not a discount. Literally on 50. That's where people communicate with honking. I've never heard so many people honk. I suppose if I was over in Bangladesh or something like that, I'm sure there's lots of honking going on over there, but see, now I think as soon as if it comes back to my break even again, I'll get out. Just because I don't like the way that's sitting between those two now. That I look at it and go, you could argue either direction right now. So I'll wait for something cleaner, like a break above this old high here, then to get long on that. but you know you're here. Tim's saying no news coming up. There you go. Break below that low. See that? Now if that's where you were going long, here's your opportunity right there to get out. That's one of those often areas you just go, oh, I'm wrong. Price is going down. It just showed me it's going down right there. Come back, get your trade off instead of going low. So I got in a little too high. And I got in between one that takes it lower to this one and this one here. Once it gets broken to the downside, it's confirmation that this one was more of the logical one to take for now, at least to the rejection block and to the breaker. Hey Derek, thanks buddy. Yeah, we're on the plane gets out of here at 1, I guess, and we're got a 4 or 5 hour flight back. I got a couple more minutes, then I'm gonna pack up all this stuff. I gotta get out of here by 11, so. I don't see any silver bullet in here yet, other than just this was the reversal here to go for a breaker here, or for your breaker and your rejection block right there. And then this one here, this was the body closed above it, traded back into it to go long. This one here is trading from one to the other. I got a little short off of that. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm reviewing it now. Overall bias, continuing short. I just wanted to get back to my blue line. Marrying an idea in account, trying to counter trend that back up into there. Who knows? Still might get it after lunch. Get rid of that one now. What's he saying at 10 minutes? To go shorter. Now I want to see this one here get traded through, come back inside this or this. See a body get through here, come back, trade into this to get short. Not a wick, I want a body to get below that. Just have a wick taking out that taking out that low there, back inside this range. Mitigation. Yeah, I got nothing for you there. Good turtle soup. Yeah, my question is, how'd you know that was a turtle soup and not a continuation on the downside? So far, this is a continuation to continue going down lower. So I don't know how you would have got invest how you could see that as a turtle soup. But you said it had needed an SMT for a turtle soup. Morning, Robin. Hey D, where in New York City are you visiting? Oh, I'm all over the place. I took the Staten Island ferry out to Staten Island yesterday, and then got off the ferry, went to the other side, got back on the ferry, and came back. I just wanted to get pictures of the Statue of Liberty, get close enough to it. So we jumped on the ferry there. It's amazing how many people want to scam you and sell you tickets to something that's free. It's crazy. And this whole place smells like pot. Now they've legalized it, man. The whole city's burning up. It smells like pot everywhere you go. Like, I'm not kidding. Everywhere you go, there's pot. There's pot. There's a guy, you won't believe this. I have to show you the video because you guys aren't going to believe this. We got on the subway yesterday. You're not going to believe it. I have to show you the video because you won't believe me. But shit happens to me. Every time I go away, I get to do some sort of emergency. Somebody might collapse in an airplane and I'll go to the back and I'll work. It's just weird how freaky it follows me around. And yesterday, we're on the subway. I take my wife. This is her first time being on the subway. So we get on the subway. And I go, we're zipping along, and we're on it for maybe two minutes, and all of a sudden it stops, and then there's an announcement comes over that somebody's on the track, and then these two cops go past us, then two more, then two more, then two more. Over 20 cops and anti-terrorist groups were going down the tracks right next to us. There's two cops on the train. They jump off, and they're going down that. I guess they have to search the whole track in case somebody's dropping a package on the tracks or something like that. And so we're sitting there with the door wide open, stuck in the middle of this tunnel. Then all of a sudden they turn the power off, and then you can see the people's faces. They're starting to panic, right? Because now there's no ventilation going in there. You don't hear the air conditioning, and the whole thing's quiet. You're in a tunnel. There's cops going by, anti-terrorist units going by, going down, searching the tunnel for this guy and or a package that he may have left behind. And so we're sitting there, and then this guy, out of nowhere, this black guy jumps up. And he's got this huge bag with him. It's sitting on the thing. He goes, okay, everybody, I got weed. Anybody, I'm giving it away for free. Anybody want some weed? And he's handing out, I got a shirt. Who's large here? Who's large? It's free. It's all free. And he just keeps saying free. He's handing out shirts, bags of weed, rolls, rolling paper. He's handing out a Zippo lighter. He says, I got a job. I don't need this. This is all for free. I don't want your money. He says, come on, who likes weed here? And you see the people slowly pop out of the wood like, yeah, I'll take a bag of that. And he's like, yeah, here you go, buddy. And he hands it to him. And then another guy, He's like, hey, can I get some of those rolls? Yeah, sure. Here you go, man. It's all free. What about you people in the back? And he's yelling like crazy. And I'm like, yeah, this. And there's little old couple sitting right next to me. And they said, you know what? We've been in New York in Hell's Kitchen here for since 1978 or 70, something like that. They've been there for over 50 years. And they said, we've rode the subway so many times, we have never seen this happen. I go, well, you can blame the Canadian for that. I said, this shit happens to me when I go away on these vacations. Something crazy tends to happen. And sure enough, I got pictures of this anti-terrorist jet, I'll have to post it on thing because you guys aren't going to believe this. But it was funny as hell. This guy is selling, or not selling, but giving away bags weed, and the cop standing there staring at him. He goes, the cop can't arrest me. He says, I'm not panhandling. I'm giving it away for free. And these guys they're cracking open these little bags of weed that he's giving away, and these free giveaway shirts of King something or other, King Weed. I don't know. It's some shirt. He's handing out sweatshirts and T-shirts and hats for the kids, and they're like pot hats. And I'm like, oh man, only in New York. And then a little while later, this little Spanish guy gets on and he's singing some Spanish tunes with his guitar. I'm like, I love this subway, man. I can hang out in the subway for days. It's interesting. Meet some of the most interesting people here. Turtle Super liquidity pull when you broke above today's high. It looks like those with an SMT I used to take the ferry to head to the college on Staten Island. Oh, okay. So you can see this is still a continuation on the downside. I took this as the reversal, but it didn't. There's the confirmation that we have further downside right there. We came back up, give you an opportunity to get out short there, and your continuation. I don't see anything that says this is going longer yet, so this is still a continuation on the downside, all because it broke that low there, broke this guy here on the discount side of it one more time here, broke down, came back up inside it one more time to confirm we're still going down. So I wouldn't have said a turtle soup there just because of these but again, I didn't see the SMT or anything like that. So I know Invest was looking for SMT, and he said that that's not would have been a nice turtle soup if there was an SMT. There wasn't. So I'm not saying he took it. I'm just saying that's nothing for me says that that's going up at all. Unless he's looking at this as the SMT with a turtle soup. Yeah, 10 o'clock usually takes out a 9:30 high. So yeah, that would have been a nice turtle soup right there with a confirmation candle for a short. Hot diggity dang, yes. Didn't think of it at the time, but yes. All right, it's 10:20. I got to get out of here. I got to go check out, pack up all my undies and get myself ready to go. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. We had 53 people in this morning. So those of you who are on the Telegram channel with Michael, he's still cranking out messages for trades that he might be in or still in. Now that we got more downside, I like this opportunity down here lower. I'm still looking for lower prices overall on E-mini, S&P, Dow Jones, all of them. I'm looking for further downside. Look for the next one at 16,880 or 16,860 on the downside. That's my next objective for no, it would be 17,189. Okay, 17,189. Yep, 17,189 is the downside. Look for the mean threshold to get taken there. If it does, look for further downside here. Tomorrow's going to be fun. We're going to catch some awesome deals over in these ETFs
if you're Canadian ETFs, there's some delicious entries that's going to net you some huge profits in your ETFs in Canada if you're a Canadian. So if you are, drop me a DM message, and I will give you some pointers on some ideas I'm looking at. Not that I'm giving you any advice, but some things that I'm looking for. Anyway, for the rest of you, I will see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early, for a lot longer session than this morning. So sorry, I'm just I got to get out of here quick for this checkout. Otherwise, they're going to ding me big time. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks again for putting up with all the noises and bangs and screams that go on here at a typical hotel. And my fumbling around inside this chart. I've only got one screen and my cell phone I'm trying to use here to manage everything. But she taught and worked at CSI. I try to make it simple as I can, Darren. I appreciate that, Invest. Enjoy your trip, boss man. What colors were you teaching? What courses were you teaching? A professional development course. Oh, cool. Cheryl, there's some interesting chats I want to have with you about professional development stuff. We'll have to have Are you on the Telegram, Cheryl? If you are, DM me, because I'd love to talk to you about some professional development courses. I used to teach a lot of EMS stuff, a lot of professional development stuff as well. So I'd love to have a chat with you about some of your stuff. Anyway, I'm heading back, and I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So let's hope this continues on the downward trend, because there's some delicious deals coming up, my friends. Delicious deals. I can feel them. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Go and check out. Love you, man. And ladies, take care. Bye-bye.